Cosmic Girl 101 signing on for the Libra Rising Astrology for the month of July 2024. Planetary transits. Well, we're going to talk about all planetary transits, obviously, but these planets in particular that I'm mentioning here, they're slower. So they don't ingress into different signs all that often. So let's have a look what's keeping on in your particular houses as a Libra rising. Well, Uranus is continuing his direct motion in Taurus, your 8th house. And if you would at least be interested in the future, which I'm assuming you might be if you're watching this video through astrology, Uranus goes retrograde on September 1st, so a little while before Uranus goes into a retrograde. Jupiter is currently transiting in Gemini, its detriment sign, in a direct motion, your 9th house. And this planet goes retrograde on October 9. Pluto is currently retrograding in Aquarius, your 5th house, and then ingresses in a retrograde motion in the sign of Capricorn, your 4th house, on the 1st of September. So Pluto is retrograding in Aquarius, your 5th house, up until the 1st of September before it retrogrades into Capricorn, that 4th. Saturn's currently transiting in a retrograde motion in the sign of Pisces, and this is your 6th house and goes direct on November 15. So Saturn on the 29th of June started its official retrograde. So it's only just starting the retrograde here, opening up the month of July. And on the 2nd of July, we have Neptune now going retrograde in Pisces, your 6th house, Libra rising, and goes direct on December 7. So you have Saturn and Neptune co-present retrograding in your 6th house, Libra rising. Very slow transits in a retrograde. So the 6th house topics will be significant for you as the Libra rising. And Saturn and Neptune co-present here can assist in presenting information, cutting through illusion and delusion to create more structure and maturity if needed in regards to the 6th house topics moving forward from November 15 onwards. Okay. Now on to lunations for the month. We have a new moon occurring in the sign of Cancer. This is the moon's domicile sign. Very happy and comfortable in the sign of Cancer. For you, this is your 10th house, Libra rising. Now, a new moon cycle is the seeding point of the cycle, and there's something brewing that's going to expand and grow in the near future. So what is this new growth? Where is it actually occurring, and what does it mean for you as a Libra rising? Well, in your 10th house, no less, it's going to have you appearing and being very different towards different ambitions with your career, your public image, and how you're seen and known in the world. And because it's in the sign of Cancer, this moon, the new moon, which is strong, you might be ready to physically, emotionally initiate change to create more security financially for yourself. And it may have to do with a living situation, or your family might be involved as well, in as much as involved emotionally on trying to create something different than what has been experienced prior in history with your own family. It's like trying to create something autonomous that feels authentic to you. You're emotionally connected to this new beginning. I think it's a really nice lunation for all of us. Yet in your 10th house as a Libra rising, squaring your first house, it could come off as difficult for you to sit with your feelings and emotions. And that's not it's a blanket statement, of course, but it may be difficult for you to sit and be quiet and sift through the psychic noise or emotional noise about what you do professionally and your familiar expectations attached to it. This one is encouraging for you do you, what works for you, that's enough, and start making, little changes, not big ones, just little ones that make you feel connected and that you're doing what you want to do career-wise, employment, and how you want to be seen in the public with these new changes of self-autonomy. I like the new moon on the 5th of July. Well, the 21st of July, we have a very different lunation. It's the full moon in Capricorn, the moon's detriment sign, your 4th house, squaring your 1st house. Now, Saturn is the dispositor of the full moon, retrograding in Pisces, your 6th house, and it's sextiling the full moon. So this is a little easier. Well, what's a little easier here on the full moon for you as a Libra rising is speaking up. It's also very much connected to something very in your face, connected to your home, real estate, property concerns, ancestry, parents, parenting, that you may have been skimming over or not really, walking your walk, if you will. This could be the moon that could catch you or others around you off guard, in as much as something's been percolating in the surface for a very long time that's possibly having to do with a daily grind that can no longer sustain. And this may be the moon where you go, yep, I am going to let it all out, or at least acknowledge that I've had enough. And sometimes it may be, or this day may seem as if others around you aren't in line with you because you're coming off as very cold and direct, but it might just be the medicine to change something in your home environment, family dynamics, parents, parenting, real estate and property concerns. We're talking about your sense of sanctuary, safety and security on the line here. So when you have the full moon in Capricorn, this is where you can really go, yeah, I'm calling it, or people seeing you as going, no, I'm all business and no play. When it comes to where I lay my hat is super significant to me. Interesting full moon, Libra rising. The sun opening up the month of July is continuing its transit through the sign of Cancer, your 10th house, lighting up your career and your employment, connections, what you do on a public space. It's very visual here. So if you are ready to make some changes, the sun's illuminating the obvious here, that there's other potentials or directions if you choose to take them, or it could be feeling a little bit optimistic, or you're just a lot busier connected to your work when you've got that sun transiting you in your 10th house. Well, July 22nd, the sun is going to ingress into the sign of Leo, its domicile sign. It's a very strong placement for the sun being in Leo until August 22. So you've got a 4-week window from July 22nd with the sun transiting in your 11th house of benefactors. This is where you rally your allies and your ambassadors and advocates to assist you in your career and with your employment. It's also where you connect with your friends, groups, where you meet up with your tribe and have fun, whether it's through tennis or line dancing, for example. you proactively engage with groups of people because you have a like mind. It also has to do with your dreams, aspirations, and goals for your future. So when you've got a sun transiting here for 4 weeks, it's pretty optimistic and it's pretty rambunctious because the sun in Leo is very strong. And Leo is not known for subtlety. So you can have some pretty loud and proud moments connected with those 11th house topics. Or you could find a very, very entrepreneurial, very attractive, almost seductive friend, or possibly a benefactor or an ally, someone that stands out from the crowd that really can assist you in your career as well. And the sun's transiting in Leo, your 11th house. Fun transit. Enjoy that, Libra Rising. Now on to planet Mercury. Now Mercury is a planet, gets a lot of attention from astrology and from social media, for example, people that discuss Mercury's transits, etc. And the reason Mercury gets a lot of our attention, that's all Mercury loves, is quite simply because Mercury moves and is a very fast moving planet. It's one of the closest planets to our planet Earth. It ingresses and changes into different sun signs often. It retrogrades often. It goes through synodic cycles often. And Mercury is connected to the characteristics of being tricky, a little bit of a joker, connected to movement, information and intel. It's our mental dexterity and our landscapes. It's very cerebral. Mercury can basically do it all. Oh, do it all. What is do it all? Be flexible enough to change. And at times can have us very overwhelmed. And astrology can assist with understanding how Mercury operates for you personally, what house it's in, if it's in good shape in hyphen. Mercury can reveal a lot about our own personalities, our own soul journey in this lifetime. So Mercury is known. It's become publicly known, almost a little bit ick, to be transparent, when people in the public generally go, Mercury is in a retrograde. That's why things are screwing up with our computers. Can Mercury do that in a retrograde? Mercury is connected to trickster energy. Damn straight Mercury can do that. But Mercury is a very swift, changeable planet. So wherever Mercury is transiting, it's going to be significant for you to be aware of as an astrological enthusiast, because your mental space, tricky energy, movement, and communication is going to be different and flavour different all the time. Now, Mercury has currently been transiting in the sign of Cancer, your 10th house of career, employment, your public image. And on July 2nd, ingresses into the sign of Leo, your 11th house, until July 25th, a very quick transit. So Mercury flying through the house of friendships, benefactors and allies, groups, organisations that we proactively connect with, friendships, if I didn't already mention that, are aspirations for the future. Seeing the future, but being aware now mentally, and the awareness of needing to take action on those aspirations and goals for your future when Mercury is transiting in here, your 11th house. This is where you're rallying up support. You're looking at your options and your groups and organisations you're connected to. Who's your advocates and ambassadors that can support your career and employment situation, and especially your public image on the public stage? Mercury here can have you really moving and shaking. On the 8th of July, Mercury is going to sextile Jupiter in Gemini, and this is Mercury's home sign, your 9th house, Libra Rising. Now this is trining your first house, which is a nice aspect also. So you've got some information or communication that's possibly going to excite you a little bit. I'm joking, it's going to excite you a lot. There's some sort of action or movement now being initiated that's quite beneficial and can really assist you on your public stage, or if there's a legal situation at all, or something to do with a legal aspect of your employment or a group or organisation you're connected to. Things are evening out now, or this is where the deal, you can shake hands, is made on the 8th of July. I like this day. The 21st of July, we see Mercury squaring Uranus and Taurus, so an acute, out of the blue situation connected to an investment, a group, a partnership that needs addressing. It's not as if you didn't know about this tension or this problem. You may have just put it on the back burner, so this day is not sort of tapping you on the shoulder, and you need to get your thinking cap on, literally, with that Mercury in the 11th house squaring Uranus, on how to navigate a tricky problem connected to assets and financial situations with you and other people, or again, a partnership or an intimate relationship. The 25th of July, Mercury is going to be leaving the sign of Leo and ingressing into the sign of Virgo, its own home sign, very strong here in Virgo, until the 4th of August, your 12th house. Excuse me. Very quick transit as well. Now, Mercury very strong in Virgo, in your 12th house of things unseen and behind the curtains. It's not public. Now, Mercury here can, really mean that you're nutting out the data and analytics with this transit with a fine-tooth comb, connected to things in the past, projects you're working on behind the scenes, very much connected to your spiritual and philosophical practices and aspects of life as well, this 12th house. Finance and investments connected to surgical procedures or just physical procedures as well. It's where we take a break, we go on an ashram, or we go on a retreat, we go on a holiday. So when Mercury is here strongly transiting through Virgo, it's like purifying and clearing the way of things that need more of your attention. But it's not really known to anyone else. It's sort of private. So it's a helpful transit because you've got a very strong placed Mercury, which is all about what we talked about, the mental, clever, agile, changeable planet. Can help you really look at your options and diverse paths than you may have anticipated for a little while. And we've got that trickster energy to Mercury. So don't be tricked into glossing over details, is my suggestion with this transit, Libra Rising. Planet Venus. Well, if you're a Libra Rising, well then Venus is your lord of your chart. So where Venus is transiting, it's going to be a big deal for you as a Libra Rising because she is the planet that governs you. Transiting Cancer in your 10th house, opening up the month of July. Well, you've got Venus, really having you aware of what's working and what's not connected to you and your career. And Venus, because she's your ruling planet, you may be more public as well with transit of Venus in your 10th house, because it's your ruling planet, or seen as someone that is, a mover and shaker in the world. You're not all what you seem on the surface. You're quite bold, and you can really hit proverbial goals in regards to your career. So this is something that people might be seeing you do, or you may be feeling a little bit more drawn all towards all work and no play, because it squares your first house. On the 8th of July, Venus is sextiling Uranus and Taurus, your 8th house, which is Venus's sign. So we've got a sextile from Venus to Uranus. This is a surprise indeed. It could be a contract or an agreement or a negotiation that comes across your table for you to look at or consider. Maybe a little bit different or unexpected if you've been expecting this contract or agreement to come across your table. So look through the details first before you sign anything, is my advice. Look before you commit, because Uranus can be a little bit odd or peculiar, and we don't want to be taken for a proverbial ride. So look before you leave, even though it's a sextile on the 8th of July, because it's connected to your career, and it's an investment, it's an asset, and you're going to be publicly known for this. So yeah, forewarned is forearmed, Libra Rising. On the 11th of July into August 4, Venus is transiting in Leo, your 11th house. Fun, fun, fun. That's all I can say. Overindulgence with those 11th house topics, which we've been talking about. Benefactors, allies, people that can help your career, friendships, communities, organizations and societies you proactively connect with, and your aspirations for the future. Venus here can be seen as very sassy, bold, and you may be connecting with some really bold, sassy people at this time that really can help your career or just give you an injection of fun. We'll take it. The 21st of July, Venus is sextiling Jupiter in Gemini, your 9th house, and the two benefics, being Venus and Jupiter in a sextile, is favorable. Fantastic day for traveling or travel plans, international connections, legalities to be a lot more easier if you're involved with any at all. Your spiritual and philosophical outlook on life might be getting its moment in the spotlight through a group or a friendship. This is like a fabulous day for things Venusian and Jupiterian, which is indulgence and pleasure. Enjoy the day when you have this wonderful sextile between Venus and Jupiter. Now Mars has been transiting in Taurus in its detriment sign, your 8th house, and your ruling planet Venus also rules the sign of Taurus. So Mars has been transiting here in your 8th house of investments, contracts and agreements, you and a partner, a partnership, a relationship, taxes, debts. Mars here can have you being really determined to sift through any perceived or known conflict connected to assets or debts, trying to eliminate them, or just feel like it's hard to address financial situations. On the 15th of July, Mars is conjuncting Uranus. I've uploaded a separate video about this Mars-Uranus conjunction on the 15th of July 2024. You may be someone that's really astrologically minded and really interested in this subject. So a video just about this conjunction on this day has been uploaded on the Cosmic Girl 101 YouTube channel that you may want to go back and listen to. So in short, Mars-Uranus conjunction for you as a Libra rising in your 8th house, no less, is the beginning of the end of a debt or an investment connected with you and other people. Quite simple, that is it. Quite simply, that is it. Yet, can be quite explosive. This has been percolating or possibly needing to be transformed anyway. I don't think this will be too much of a surprise for you, but shocking surges of energy coming to the surface connected to the 8th house topics of finance, asset, you and how you're connected with others as well. Very interesting dynamic day. Circle that one in your calendar. The 20th of July, we see Mars ingress into the sign of Gemini until September 4th. And this is your 9th house, and Mars leaving that 8th house and then ingressing into Gemini. Your 9th house. So you've got options and diversity here. It's ruled by the planet Mercury. You know, look at different places and interact with different people. Open your proverbial world up when it comes to academia. Learning something new through universities or institutions. Travel more. Interact with different cultures. Mars here can just having you feeling more brave and bold and connecting with different people and places than your usual haunts. Getting out and doing more publishing or connecting through media. Fantastic transit. If you feel like you don't have the proverbial balls, Mars in the 9th house can help you get shit done, especially any illegal situations you're connected with. On the 21st of July, Mars is going to be trining retrograde Pluto in Aquarius, your 5th house. This is a really nice day as far as the aspect is concerned because you've got some power planets here, Mars and Pluto trining. This is really, let's get some motoring done on an investment. Let's sign on the dotted line with a partnership, relationships, also to do with children. There's something really motoring here that's quite pleasurable because it's the house of pleasure. It's trining your first house, which we like. It's beneficial for you as a Libra rising. And it's that 9th house of international and foreign connections and higher education and learning. Learning about different cultures and spiritual connections in the world. Ooh, there's so much out there. Get amongst it. Fantastic day for just enjoying expansion. On the 25th of July, Mars and the Sun are coming into a sextile from your 11th house to your 9th house. This is where you can just see a day of fun, being bold and out there and just a little bit sassier on the 25th of July, connected to friends or an ally. Some things coming online with connecting with other diverse people. I think this is a fabulous day to circle in your calendar, the 25th of July. Cosmic Girl 101 signing off. Thanks for tuning into your video this month of July 2024. A long video, hey, Libra Rising. But there's a lot going on for you and I am all about the details. So I hope you get some sort of merit or value from the content. Have a fabulous month of 2024, July, and I'll connect with you next time.